Imagine this. You're walking down the street and suddenly you feel weightless. Your feet leave the ground. You're floating. This isn't a dream. It's what would happen if Earth's gravity vanished for just 5 seconds. It sounds fun, right? A little weightless fun. But what starts as a giggle quickly turns into something much more serious. For those 5 seconds, we'd be at the mercy of physics. Everything not fixed down would be launched upwards. Cars, people, even the oceans. Imagine a giant wave taller than any skyscraper rising from the sea. That's what happens when billions of tons of water are suddenly free from gravity's pull. And if that's not bad enough, consider this. Our atmosphere, the very air we breathe, would start to drift away into space. 5 seconds is not a lot of time, but it's enough to cause chaos. During those weightless seconds, the world would be a whirlwind of strange and terrifying events. Cars would bump against buildings, their drivers now passengers on a wild ride. Birds would be thrown off course, flapping their wings frantically in the thin air. And on the ground, people would rise a few feet in the air, their initial amusement replaced by fear as they realized the danger of their situation. But the most dramatic changes would be happening on a larger scale. The oceans, no longer held down by gravity, would surge into the sky. Imagine a wall of water miles high rising from the sea. This colossal wave wouldn't just be a problem for coastal cities. It would have the potential to flood entire continents, reshaping the planet's surface forever. And as the atmosphere thinned, every breath would become more difficult. The familiar blue sky would begin to darken at the edges, giving us a glimpse of the emptiness of space. After 5 long seconds, gravity would return. And with its return, would come a whole new set of problems. Remember those floating cars and terrified people? They would come crashing back down to Earth with a bone-jarring thud. The gigantic waves, now miles high, would slam back into the oceans with the force of 1,000 earthquakes, causing unimaginable devastation. Even with gravity back in play, the Earth wouldn't be the same. The atmosphere would be thinner, making it harder to breathe. The landscape would be scarred by floods and earthquakes. And the memory of those 5 weightless seconds would forever be etched in the minds of those who survived. It's easy to take gravity for granted. It's the invisible force that keeps our feet on the ground, the oceans in their basins, and the air we breathe from escaping into space. But those brief, chaotic 5 seconds would be a stark reminder of just how vital gravity is to our existence. Without it, our world would be a very different and far less hospitable place. So, the next time you feel the ground beneath your feet, take a moment to appreciate the constant, silent force that keeps us grounded. It's more than just a law of physics, it's the invisible hand that holds our world together. So let's cherish this incredible force that shapes our lives and our planet.